18th, and I'm joined today this morning with Dr. Ed Cora, who's the superintendent of the Santa Paula Unified School District. It's been a very, very tough time for school districts all over the nation, actually, and there's been so much going on. And one really good shot in the arm of good news was basically they had wonderful graduations and promotions for the students. And thank you, Ed, for joining us this morning, and tell us about that. That was such a wonderful thing for our students.
First of all, thank you for having me on, Peggy, and thanks for giving me the opportunity to share some news. Big kudos to Liz Garcia, principal at Santa Paula High School, and her staff. Kudos to Robin Gillette, principal of Renaissance High School, and her staff, who both held drive-through graduation ceremonies. And I've got to say that for kids and parents, I think they really enjoyed it. And I actually got a chance to stop every car and say congratulations and say congratulations to the family, and ask the student where they were going after high school. So I don't get that opportunity during a normal graduation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they each got to get several pictures taken, and it was really well done at both schools. I also want to say congratulations, really kudos to Principal Ron Briggs over at Isbell Middle School and his staff for the promotion ceremony drive-through that they had for their 8th graders over at Isbell as well. So great way to end the year. Great way to end an unusual year, I will say that.
Yes. Well, like I pointed out in some stories we did on the graduations, is actually this is the first time ever they have that. They can, add a little feather in their cap next to that tassel that they are the first ever virtual graduations. Mm-hmm. And we wish it was different, but they all seem to really enjoy it. Now, is there any chance that there might be, and I know KADY-TV did a wonderful compilation of all the high school graduates, and that is so much fun to watch. So parents have that keepsake now forever too, and the students. So they really it turned out really better than I thought it would, and I know
I agree.
Really happy. Any chance there'll be any sort of a ceremony? I some of the seniors I've talked to said that they're fine with what they had already, but.
Yes, we did talk about some possibilities. It's all going to really depend on the guidelines and what's happening. And I think you and everyone else knows that there's kind of an upswing now once they've opened things up. So bottom line is, Peggy, we need to be safe for our students and our staff, and really the general public in general. So we're going to follow the guidelines and see how things go.
Yes, and I do think they all enjoyed it and realized for what it was that they just had a blast. I do. So congratulations to the district and the principals and all the staff. Now, what basically now you're doing some summer school. I think you're doing some catch-up classes, and what other kind of classes are you doing?
We have some credit recovery. Yeah, all distance learning online, credit recovery for the high school. We have some intervention work going on at the elementary school. I believe Melissa Guerra and Robert DeCandia did a presentation last night. I believe they said there is approximately, it's either 600 or 900 students involved in the program, which is excellent. And the elementary school has a number of students as well. So we're doing what we can during the summer to keep things going for those students and the parents who are interested. And again, yes, it's distance learning. And we all know that distance learning doesn't really replace face-to-face, but for right now, this is what we can do. But yes, that's what we're offering to our elementary and our high school students right now.
And everybody's got their Chromebook and they're hooked up to the internet, and that was provided, made sure every student was able to access that.
Absolutely.
And that was a challenge, and that was well met also.
Yep.
Now,
and we also have over 1,000 hotspots that are coming to us from a grant and supported by T-Mobile. So we're waiting for those to come in as well that will also support our students once the year starts.
Oh, that's great. Now, how long does that last? As far as how long will they provide the hotspots with the grant?
Great question. Don't know. Well, I know we're getting them in. Once we get those hotspots in, we'll get some more details, but it's exciting to get them and to be able to distribute them. And hopefully they'll let them last as long as this is going on. As long as that students are not in school, I hope that they will continue to support the program.
I'm sure they will. And now have you, as far as how many hours? Do you have any idea what students, how many hours they might be putting in? Of course, now officially school's out, but I know it'll be starting up again. And there was no grade system this semester, was there?
For the last semester, or really the last quarter of the school year, um, it was a do no harm to students. And so whatever grade they had at the end of the third quarter, they couldn't do any worse than, or any better. No, I shouldn't say that. They couldn't do any worse than what they had.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
They all had the opportunity to improve it, but they couldn't do any worse. So if somebody had a C, it couldn't get any worse than a C. They could only improve it. And that was through participating in the distance learning, getting their jobs done, getting their work done. So that when you talked a little bit a while ago about returning August 12th, or when kids are coming back, when our students are coming back, and tomorrow we have a subcommittee of certificated classified administrators that are meeting to start talking about what will the day look like within the guidelines that are being permitted by the Ventura County Public Health Department. So they're going to get started tomorrow using those guidelines, and it's not going to be your normal traditional setting. So we're going to see what we can do within the guidelines, and then we'll start providing that information to parents once we get it board approved on July 8th.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great. Now, you also have been having a lot on your plate with the budget. Where do we stand at this point with the budget?
Right now, we have to base our budget based on the May revise, which was not good. And until the new budget gets passed by the governor, that's what we have to base it on. So last night, our board passed the budget, again, based on the May revise. We had a $7 million deficit. We know it's not going to be that bad because the word I've heard so far that the budget's going to be coming out, we hope within either today or tomorrow or Monday, very soon. And it is much more favorable for education than what the May revise was.
Oh, okay. Well, that's wonderful. Now, before 3 months ago, let's say 4 months ago, you were looking at how much of a deficit then?
We were looking at about a $3 million deficit then.
Right.
So,
and that was before COVID.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
So
well,
it's a wait and see. It's a wait and see game right now.
Oh, absolutely. So if you're looking at perhaps maybe 7 million and the budget's approximately 70 million, I think.
Roughly about.
So it's about 10%. It's about
Yes.
10%. Okay, and hopefully it'll actually be back to the old number by the time the state recognizes how important education is and how everybody's, just completely tied up with what's been going on with COVID. So now have you guys have plans as far as, have you been sending out like COVID education to the students, just reminders to wash their hands and all that? I know you had some messages from teachers and principals, and I know some of them were telling the students to make sure that they were, maintaining their social distance as much as possible, et cetera.
We sent out some communication during the time from March through June. I want to say roughly about one per month, maybe a little bit more.
Sure.
But as far as over the summertime, I want to make sure I send something out again once the plan gets approved by the board to let the parents know. And in there, we'll also let students, give them a reminder about what they need to do. And I hope that those who watch Good Morning Santa Paula will also be able to share this news with others and remind not only students, adults as well, to just follow the simple, keep the mask on. When I step out of my office, I put my mask on, and I like that everyone else is doing the same thing. They've got to. And as a matter of fact, if you and Bob would have come over and done the interview here, I would have to ask you the same thing. Mask has to come on. But once we're in our own little spaces, we're okay. But once we get to other spaces, we need to put the mask on. So it's a reminder to everybody, not just students, but everyone.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Is there anything else you'd like to update me on? I know that there's been so much going on with the district that it's hard to really even pick things out to discuss because you've hit the major ones.
Yeah, and again, Peggy, I want to thank you for giving me the time to share information. And I'll go back and I want to thank our board for supporting everything that we're doing. I want to thank the administrators who are working hard in coordination with our teachers union leaders, our classified union leaders on creating this. What is it going to look like when we come back August 12th? the plan to get us back in. So I want to thank everybody for hard work. I want to say I missed our students. I do want to say I just went up to the Ag Center last week and also this morning to go see Mr. Flores and his Ag students up there. They all have their mask on. There's maybe about 30 kids, 30 students that are up there with their animals, taking care of them, cleaning the pens. And we just talked today about he wants to put on a show that would normally happen at the fair, but because the fair is not happening, we're going to do it here for our kids and live stream it. So it's going to be, kids will be social distancing, have their mask on, and just do it up there at the Ag Center with no audience, but they'll still get a chance to participate.
Is that maybe tied into an auction?
No, the auction, most of the students have already sold their animals.
Oh,
yeah, so they're doing that on the side. But we also want to have the show live streamed so the parents who can't be there can still see it.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's a great idea. And it's a great idea, especially since they've got a lot of their animals sold and they put so much money into that and so much work and their heart and everything. And it was I know it was a huge disappointment for the FFA and 4-H clubs in town to have the fair canceled. And so that's wonderful news.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm glad we're hearing good news.
Yeah.
We need it,
Do we ever? Do we ever?
Oh boy, keep it coming, Anything you'd like to add, Ed?
No, just thank you very much again for the opportunity. Again, thanks to the board, our teachers, our administrators, our classified staff, our students, and the parents at home as well. Thank you to everybody.
Absolutely. Okay,
hang in there.
Well, thank you so much for spending time with us and giving us the update. Okay, and
thank you, Peggy
Kelly with Dr. Ed Cora, Superintendent of Santa Paula Unified School District. Be sure to look us up on kadytv.net and subscribe. It's free, and that helps us bring this broadcasting to you. So anyway, thank you so much. You have a nice weekend. Ed. See you all in a few days. Bye-bye.